What if I told you that some of the most beautiful plants in your garden are actually silent assassins? Plants that look innocent but are secretly poisoning everything around them. Plants that wage chemical warfare are so sophisticated that scientists are only now beginning to understand it. Most people don't know this, but while you're carefully spacing your tomatoes and mulching your flower beds, there are plants out there releasing toxic compounds into the soil that kill everything within reach. Plants that have turned murder into an evolutionary strategy. And today, I'm going to show you 10 of them that will change the way you think about your garden forever. Stick around because number 8 on this list is so aggressive that it's literally been banned in multiple states. It doesn't just kill nearby plants, it transforms entire ecosystems. And number 10 is probably growing in your yard right now, slowly poisoning everything you're trying to grow, and you have no idea it's happening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we post new videos every week that'll save your garden, save you money, and help you understand what's really happening beneath your feet. So let's get into it. Here are 10 plants that kill other plants without you knowing, ranked from sneaky to absolutely devastating. Number 1, black walnut, the neighborhood bully. Let's start with the most infamous plant assassin in North America. That majestic black walnut tree in your yard? It's a killer. And it's been murdering your garden for years without you realizing it. Black walnut trees, Juglans nigra, produce a chemical called juglone that's toxic to most plants. The roots extend 50 to 60 feet in every direction, releasing juglone constantly into the soil. It's like the tree has claimed a massive territory and posted no trespassing signs that only other plants can read. Here's how juglone works. It disrupts cellular respiration in sensitive plants, preventing their cells from generating energy. The plant literally suffocates at the cellular level. Tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, azaleas, they all wilt and die within the black walnut's kill zone. What makes this so effective? The juglone persists in the soil even after leaves and roots decompose. The poison is soaked into the earth itself. Some plants show symptoms within 24 hours: wilting, yellowing, complete collapse. Traditional farmers knew about black walnut's deadly reputation. They'd warn newcomers, don't plant anything valuable within 60 feet of a black walnut. Don't use the wood chips as mulch unless you want to create a dead zone. Think of black walnut as the mob boss of the plant world. Beautiful, valuable, and absolutely ruthless about maintaining its territory. Number 2, sunflowers, the smiling assassins. Those cheerful sunflowers that make everyone smile, they're killers. Helianthus annuus releases allelopathic chemicals from their roots that inhibit nearby plants. Studies show sunflower residues can reduce crop growth by 30 to 50%. Sunflowers produce terpenes and phenolic compounds that leach into soil, interfering with seed germination and root development. Beans, potatoes, and pole beans are particularly susceptible. Plant them too close to sunflowers and watch them struggle. Traditional farmers rotated sunflowers carefully and avoided planting sensitive crops in the same soil immediately after. But home gardeners miss this completely. They plant beautiful sunflowers, then wonder why nearby vegetables never thrive. The allelopathic effects persist after the sunflowers are removed. You need to wait for chemicals to break down or actively amend the soil. Sunflowers prove that pretty doesn't mean friendly. Number 3, eucalyptus, the Australian invader. Eucalyptus trees are beloved for their aromatic oils, but these Australian imports are ecological assassins. Eucalyptus globulus produces allelopathic compounds in leaves, bark, and roots that create a chemical barrier preventing other plants from establishing. The ground beneath mature eucalyptus is often completely barren. The leaves contain volatile oils, including cineole, that inhibit seed germination and root growth. When leaves decompose, they release these chemicals into soil. Native plants have no defense. In California, eucalyptus has transformed entire landscapes since the 1850s. Areas that once supported diverse native communities are now eucalyptus monocultures. Nothing else can grow there. The barren ground beneath isn't accidental. It's chemical warfare that's nearly impossible to reverse without massive intervention. Number 4, garlic mustard, the underground assassin. Garlic mustard doesn't just kill nearby plants. It destroys the entire ecosystem. Allelopathic petiolata produces glucosinolates that specifically target mycorrhizal fungi, the beneficial fungi that most native plants need to survive. It doesn't compete. It destroys the support system that native plants depend on. In invaded forest, native tree seedlings show dramatically reduced growth because their fungal partners are being killed. The plant grows in dense carpets, releasing antifungal chemicals season after season, making it nearly impossible for natives to recover even after removal. Native plants have no defense against a strategy that targets their fungal partnerships. Forests where garlic mustard dominates the understory lose biodiversity, and native wildflowers disappear. It's winning across North America, and most people don't even recognize it as a threat. Number 5, tree of heaven, the urban dominator. Ailanthus altissima produces ailanthone that inhibits other plants. But that's just the beginning. It grows 10 to 15 feet in a single season, produces thousands of wind-dispersed seeds, and thrives in terrible soil where other trees struggle, all while releasing chemicals that prevent others from establishing. The tree spreads through root suckers. Cut one down and a dozen more shoot up from the roots, which contain the highest concentrations of allelopathic chemicals. Those roots extend far underground, sending up shoots while poisoning soil. Once established, it forms dense stands where almost nothing else grows. Urban forests and vacant lots become tree of heaven monocultures. It's not just a weed tree. It's chemically engineered to eliminate competition. Number 6, spotted knotweed, the rangeland destroyer. Centaurea stube produces catechin through its roots that specifically targets native North American plants that didn't evolve with this chemical. It triggers cellular damage that kills roots and prevents growth. European plants have resistance. North American natives have none. The devastating cycle, knotweed invades, releases catechin, kills native grasses and wildflowers. With natives dead, it spreads further, killing more natives. Within years, diverse prairie becomes knotweed monoculture that grazing animals won't eat. Spotted knotweed has invaded over 7 million acres in North America. In Montana alone, millions of acres of productive rangeland are lost. The most successful plant killers have chemical weapons their victims never encountered before. No defense, just systematic elimination. Now, if you're starting to realize that your garden and local landscape are actual battlefields where chemical warfare happens constantly, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach other people who need to understand what's really happening in nature. And if you haven't subscribed to Homestead Roots yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're building a community of people who understand that nature isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's ruthless, and I'd love to have you as part of it. All right, let's keep going. because we're just getting to the most devastating ones. Number 7. English ivy, the slow strangler. English ivy looks charming, but Hedera helix produces allelopathic compounds through its leaves and roots. Ivy leaf litter creates a toxic carpet that prevents native plants from germinating and growing. It starts as innocent ground cover but climbs trees, eventually covering them completely. As it drops leaves that poison the soil beneath, the area becomes an ivy monoculture where nothing else can grow. In the Pacific Northwest, ivy has invaded old-growth forests, creating ivy deserts on the forest floor. Native wildflowers, ferns, and tree seedlings are eliminated. Control requires physically removing all roots and stems, incredibly labor-intensive work. English ivy teaches us that ornamental charm often masks ecological destruction. Now, if you're realizing that your garden is a chemical battlefield, hit that like button and subscribe. We're building a community that understands nature isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's ruthless. Number 8. Japanese knotweed, the infrastructure destroyer. Here's number 8. The plant's so aggressive it's been banned in multiple states. Fallopoia japonica produces allelopathic compounds that suppress other vegetation. But allelopathy is the least of its destructive capabilities. Knotweed spreads through underground rhizomes that grow through concrete, asphalt, building foundations, and drainage systems. The rhizomes extend 20 feet horizontally and 10 feet deep. Tiny fragments regenerate into new plants. The fallen leaves create toxic mulch, preventing seed germination. It destroys building foundations, collapses retaining walls, and blocks drainage. Some UK mortgage companies refuse to lend on properties with knotweed because damage can exceed property value. Multiple U.S. states have banned its sale. Control requires professional intervention. Persistent herbicide application over multiple years, plus physical removal. Some infestations cost tens of thousands of dollars to control. Japanese knotweed doesn't just kill plants, it kills everything, including human infrastructure. Number 9. Tall fescue, the lawn assassin. That tall fescue lawn that stays green and needs less water? It's been poisoning everything at its edges. Many Festuca arundinacea varieties, especially those infected with endophytic fungi, produce allelopathic compounds that suppress other plants. You plant flower beds along your lawn edge, they struggle. Vegetables near the lawn never thrive. Trees in fescue lawns grow slower. You blame soil or sun. But the real culprit is fescue quietly releasing chemicals that suppress everything around it. The endophytic fungi actually increase allelopathic effects, creating a more effective chemical weapon system. Nobody mentions that your environmentally friendly, low-water lawn will suppress your garden plants. If you have tall fescue and want thriving gardens, create wide mulched borders between lawn and beds. Your lawn is waging chemical warfare against your flowers, and you never knew. Number 10. Black locust, the ecosystem transformer. And here's number 10, probably in your yard right now, slowly transforming everything. Black locust trees are nitrogen fixers, which sounds great. But Robinia pseudoacacia is also aggressively allelopathic, making it one of the most successful colonizers in North America. Black locust produces robin and phenolic acids that inhibit seed germination and growth. But here's the clever part. It fixes nitrogen, changing soil chemistry to favor black locust and harm plants adapted to lower nitrogen soils. Thus, the devastating cycle. Black locust establishes, fixes nitrogen, releases allelopathic compounds, and changes the plant community. Native plants adapted to original conditions disappear. The ecosystem fundamentally shifts. The tree spreads through root suckers. cut it down, and dozens of shoots emerge from roots containing allelopathic compounds. A single tree creates a dense thicket where almost nothing grows beneath. Many homeowners have black locust without realizing what it's doing. You see pretty white flowers in spring. You don't see the underground chemical warfare restructuring your entire landscape. You don't connect struggling garden beds with the black locust 30 feet away. Black locust demonstrates how the most successful plant killers use multiple strategies: allelopathy, resource manipulation, aggressive spreading, and resistance to removal. It's not relying on one weapon. It's combining every advantage to dominate completely. If you made it to the end, you now understand something most gardeners never learn. Your garden isn't peaceful. It's a battlefield where chemical warfare happens constantly underground, invisible to your eyes. Smash that like button if this changed how you think about plants. Drop a comment telling me which killer plant surprised you most. Have you been battling any of these without knowing it? And if you haven't subscribed to Homestead Roots yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building a community that understands gardening isn't just about sunlight and water. It's about understanding the invisible warfare beneath your feet. Thanks for watching. Remember, that innocent-looking plant might be plotting against your entire garden. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.